Welcome again, dear friends, to another edition of Indigo Hub. Because we are living in a world where everybody moves through a country to another, we want to talk a subject today. What is happening when a lot of Indian citizens wish to move in Romania? What is happening if you want to move your business to other countries? If you're looking for tax advice, if you're looking for much better business, how you make the entry market first of all when you go to a country? Either is Dubai, either is Singapore, or maybe Luxembourg. How is going to be done this? So for this, I invite a very special person that will take us more into this journey, how we move our businesses to a country from another, because we have to take account of law, tax advisor, accountant, and we have to see, first of all, the spirit of entrepreneurship. Where is more profitable to move? So here with us today is the founder and CEO of Water and Shark, Mr. Harsh Patel. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you so much for being here. I know that is your first visit in Romania, and I want to ask you this. Why did you choose Romania to visit?
First of all, though it is my first visit, but I will say it is extremely special and near to heart because the Honorable President of India is just arrived today, and to be amongst her august presence during this time, India and Romania relationship is going to shape in a different direction because Romania is a part of full EU country. India and Europe has just signed the mother of all trade, as we all know, the free trade agreement. And sideline of that, EU has just recently been fully Schengen member area country. All this put together, Romania is nothing but a natural partner to India. And during this time, I believe it is extremely important that the Indian businesses and professionals, they don't just see this as a FTA, as a tariff document, but also as a long-term partnership. And that is why I am honored to be part of this conversation where it is going to shape the policy into action with august presence of our Honorable President.
Thank you so much to be here today at this very special moment because this is happening after more than 3 decades. It's the first visit of the president after 3 decades, and all people, also the Indian community in Romania, they are looking for this visit. So I'm very glad to be here. Talking about your company, I want to say that Water and Shark operates at the intersection of law, taxation, and strategic advisory, where legal precision meets tax intelligence and institutional rigor. So you have a presence across more than 12 jurisdictions. How you founded Water and Shark? When is this come? And what is your vision? How you spread so worldwide so fast? Because it's a fast growth company, no?
I don't think so. It's fast. Christina, it's 14 years of journey. And in our introduction only, you rightly highlighted the most important that when any businesses or any wealthy families, they want to expand or they want to venture out anything new, they need a right advisor. And from the very inception of our firm, I believe in today's time, businessmen and the families don't need accountant or advisor or lawyer to tell them what is written in the law and how they should do it. But in today's time, which is filled with uncertainty, we are living in a world where are globally connected, but at the same time, it is geopolitically fractured. All these things put together, an advisor or one who understands how the geopolitics, diplomacy, international policy, and surrounding them design the structures which not only just make sure the tax and accounting and all the structures last for the businesses, but also for generations to come. That is why we say we are a global advisor for global citizens. And in 14 years of my journey, we expanded in more than 12 countries. We are making sure a philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, wherever our client goes, wherever the family goes, making sure they are operate as a one family and the wealth is protected, preserved, and making sure them seamlessly prosper for enduring generation to generation. Thank you.
So talking about wealth products, many of your clients, they are royal family, they are high net individual, they are persons that they gain a big fortune and now they need to make a leverage to their kids, to their wife. What if something it happens and the fortune that they've worth so much is not protected. So what it means wealth practice in your terms, and what are the most obvious concerns of your clients that you can resolve?
See, one of the most important aspect today is we are at the such era where we are living today that we are going to see the largest ever in human mankind, the great wealth transfer that ever have happened. What I'm saying, so in next 1 decade, you will see the trillions of dollars, particularly in the West, the wealth which is being generated after World War One and Two by Americans and Europeans and British. It is going to see the transition to a next generation from baby boomers to millennials and Gen Z. Now, variety of factors are involved over here. It is not just passing on the wealth, right? Legacy needs to be created. You don't just pass on the wealth so that they just inherit. You make them capable. You make them understand what are the tax regulations, what are the culture integrations, cross-border issues. Families are global, they are marrying to a different citizenship or nationalities. Their kids are going to a different school and colleges in different country. They are working in different country. They have assets in different country. So in today's time, the global succession is need of our. Although we may not like to discuss about what's going to happen after my death, but well structuring, well protection, it is not about after one pass away. Even it is about during the person's lifetime.
Much
Wealth,
easier.
business, investment poses a series of risks due to uncertainty of tax laws, legal regulations, geopolitics, business uncertainty, dispute among partners, business. So many things are involved in business and the complex global world. That is why it is extremely important. One must plan for the same, and that is what we at Water and Shark we advise all our families members to navigate the same.
So if we're talking now about, let's say that we have a Romanian company that is wishing to grow and to extend internationally. Which are the countries that are best as tax advising to open a company and launch there? Which are the best for the legal tax advisor profit?
For Romanian companies to invest in India?
Yes.
So now there are two aspects over here. As a Romanian company, EU, because EU India, one thing is that a free trade agreement, so seamlessly corridor is built for a transactional partnership. For a long-term partnership, we need to look at it investment protection agreement, trade investments agreement between the country, free tax treaty, and so many other variety of factors are coming into picture when there is a investment from one country to another. But in nutshell, if I have to say, in Europe, there are a couple of jurisdictions that we strongly advocate to act as a holding company, such as Luxembourg, where we are going to set up our office in coming month. Luxembourg can be a European headquarter which invest in India, or maybe Cyprus company, and so on. Romanian company can also directly invest, but if they choose a jurisdictions which is more tax neutral, more investor friendly, then it helps them not just about tax, but also to raise the capital from the venture capital and family office, and also in future if they want to list the company to a, let's say, London Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, and so on. So the day when you are setting up or investing, we should not think about 3 years, 5 years horizon. We must think about a long-term journey of 2 decade, 3 decade, and then only you create a structure which is going to give you a long-term benefit. So our rule book is extremely simple. Whichever region, wherever country you come to India, India is also as regulated highly like a EU jurisdictions. I will not call it as a overly regulated, but it is a price of the entering the market to the world largest consumer base, right? So having a right chartered accountant and lawyer as a partner is extremely important, not for a proactive, but for reactive measures, right? So choose your structure from day one, which gives you a completely tax and legal advantage. Number two, have a completely preparedness from the day one. Number three, have a culture integration and the people though to understand the law of the land, right? Many times I have seen the many foreign companies, be it investors in India or Indian companies when they go abroad. Initially, for sizable number of years, they see that, including from the management to to down people on the ground, everything will be managed from the headquarter. I don't think so. In my opinion, it works very well, because when you venture out in a new country, you need to understand their local rules, regulation, cultures, because at the end, business will work, partnership will work only when there is a people to people connection. So that's why they really need to partner with the Indian joint venture partner in collaboration in India who have a strong footprints across India, and at the same time who brings the local expertise and governance support. So that's I would say the simple rule book for the any European companies, including Romanian companies, to expand in India. But for more than that, Indian companies, those who are expanding in Romania, for them, I would say never consider as just as a transactional partner. Don't look at just a Romanian as another buyer, but make sure that you are investing in that relationship and making that as a gateway to the Europe, because Romania is a full EU nation and we have a free trade agreement. So via Romania, your road is completely being structuredly being frameworkly being open up for the entire Europe.
I know that you already built the roadmap that you launch on 9 June on Brussels at the European Parliament. Then you launch a report regarding what is India European Union FTA. So this trade agreement is explained so well here. This is a special report that Water and Shark launched with ACBI on 9 June in Brussels. And I think it's very valuable because the Romanian companies now can know the exchange that it will be, the modifications, the law, how everything is gonna change. So you can access this report on waterandshark.com. I have a printed edition. It's very nice. It's a very luxury edition. So I'm sure that you can find here all information regarding the services, the trading, the data protection, the digital regulatory alignment. So how much time did you work on the report, and when this idea came from?
So idea came, I would say, a couple of months back when it is so important today that advisory services that we provide to our client, from the very beginning, we are always backed by the research. We are a research big advisory firm. And I was believing that why don't we have also research arm which takes care of the completely independently all policy. The speed at which the Honorable Prime Minister of India is making all the FTAs agreement with all this country, I felt it is a need of our to create a specialized team which gives first of all the handholding report, so that be it Indian companies or European companies or India, UK or any other countries, a complete guidebook, not just a law, because free trade agreement is a completely legal version of the entire agreement between two countries. Businessmen do not understand this. Consultant may not have such capabilities to decode this. So we are giving them a completely guidebook and framework, like how to access the market, what all rules regulations are applicable, what are the things they should take care of, and what they should manage it to make sure that they thrive in this corridor. So that was our honest. And coming back to the how much time, I think it is just a fantastic team effort of couple of weeks, and our research board is led by Dr. David Bosworth. Under his leadership, we were able to meaningfully achieve this in very short span of time.
So in this report, you're going to find very valuable information, like, for example, opportunity metrics for European countries, for Germany, France, Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, Spain, Ireland, talking about manufacturing, technology and services, logistics and market access, investment and strategic. So you have by each country the fields that are going to change with this India-EU trade agreement. So you can download this PDF version from waterandshark.com, and you're going to find much more information. So regarding as India, you're talking about, what do you consider that is best for Romanian companies? Which are the fields that India is a top leader, and as industries, where they should have interest in the industries from India to work on?
You mean to say Indian industries, those who have interest in Romania?
Yeah.
So first of all, India and Romania, like there are a couple of corridor industries. One of the biggest is a defense and technology. So there is a pressing stress on a European side for a defense budget has increased, and Europe is also relying for a trusted partners like India, where Romania defense partnership, defense corridor, because behind the FTA, there are so many corridors being built up, logistic, defense, AI, technology, energy security, and so on. And India and Romania can work together more on energy security, defense, logistic, and as well as technology. So many Indian companies, I am sure we will be seeing in tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whether Indian companies from a defense, technology, AI will be having active participation and interest in Romania. When it comes to from Romania side, one thing that I have to say that of course technology that you have seen from the UPI or various fintech services of the India side, which has made the financial inclusion from the lowest of the marginal section of the society to the topmost. Having said that, so many other areas also where India and Romania can leverage that. Example per se, Romanian businesses can look after for global capability center service in India, AI technology services, which can be, I will not say outsourcing, because India has a state-of-art capability centers which is world can rely, and trusted partner, which gives you a good access of English-speaking community, which Romanian businesses can rely, a strong hard-working culture, and at the same time, strong youngest manpower base, because India has which no country in the world has the average population of our country is almost a 30, so that's the one decade of leverage that we have as compared to other. So, and just now recently it reminds me, in 29-year-old average company space, they landed to the first private space mission. So that shows that Indian youth has capability to serve to the global from India.
Yes, it's true. As I understand, it's going to be, that's why it's supposed that India will become the third economical power in 2-3 years, because it has this big advantage, a very big young generation who is leaders in many aspects, like IT, innovation, technology, and trading also. So talking about this report, I know that this went to many top ministers, and I want you to tell us who has received this report from you until now.
So when we launched this report at the Brussels European Parliament, we wanted to bring the awareness among Indian businesses and professionals. And I was so fortunate that I handed over this copy personally to Honorable Defense Minister of India, Sri Rajnath Singh ji, Honorable Law Minister of India, Meghwal ji, and Maharashtra Industry, and various other ministers we have personally handed over. And every time I met, everyone's question was usually this initiatives which taken by big fours, commonly we seen in India or anywhere in the world. So it was, my heart was felt with a pride when recognition comes from the government that we are not waiting for government to take action. Once the FTA is concluded, it is our job as a professionals to make sure how we build that corridor, right? And that we took first step, and we are so happy that policymakers and the government officials, those are back in New Delhi or maybe in Brussels, they appreciate it. And widely being recognized by not just by businesses, but also by professionals, including chartered accountant and lawyers. I'm sure this is gonna act for them rule book for navigating their client success in this corridor.
Yeah, it will be a very good reference for them, because now it's very hard to understand how this law is going to change and what will affect, but this report is very valuable for them. So I want to ask you regarding of financial partners, if you can tell us in which countries you have jurisdictions and which are your financial partners as bank, institutional companies that you work for your company.
So financial partner in the sense, so like we are a global advisors, so we work with the many banks, institutions, big insurance companies, and so on. So let's say example, we work closely with various authorities across UAE when somebody wants to set up a foundation, trust, holding company. Then we work with all banks when ultra high net worth individual requires the right channel of banking partners, because you may be citizen of one country living in another country, country B, you have a business in country C, and you require a banking in country D. These are not a everyday scenario. This requires a real careful examination, real practical understanding, and advising in such a sense that clients all uncertainty is being taken care of. That is why we have a banking from Switzerland, from Singapore, Hong Kong, UK. All the top-notch bankers are, we work with them. We are on also about to launch our digital banking, which is in our radar, so that we give our client completely in-house all the solutions, Swiss graded institutional banking through a digital access. So the idea behind it, whatever wherever the surrounding finance and legal that any high net worth family requires, they will have a one-stop solution through Watershark Doors. So that's all.
So if someone wants to approach you for a wealth protection services, as you said, how can he find you, and which are the countries that you have office? Maybe it's much easier for them to, I don't know, search you in Romania or Luxembourg, as you said. So which are the countries are we working on, and how they can reach you for this?
Christian, I always say that ambitions never should be curtailed down by the boundary, and never for Watershark as well. So, though we are present in 12 countries, such as the most important decision makers and the financial capital of the world, like Luxembourg, soon we are going to set up Luxembourg, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, London, US, Mumbai. But having said that, that does not mean that we are not catering to our clients comprise of more than 60 nationalities. So whatever solution, wherever they required, we have extended lawyers and chartered accountants and the policy advisor across different countries as our extended affiliate partners. So we play a strategic advisory role, and we make sure that we design the structure and the necessary implementation can be done by our reliable partners, right? So answer is, whichever country you are from, wherever you are from, wherever you want to go, if you are serious about your wealth protection, asset protections, and you want to make sure that your legacy is going to be created generation to generation, then I'm sure you know where to find us.
So, and the further question that we are curious about it, how is to work for the royal family offices? Which are the difference and how you treat this kind of client, and which are the concerns and challenges that usually a royal family can take care of this, and how can Watershark approach them?
So it doesn't make any difference, because be it royal family or be it, of course, your manner in which approach and your so many other aspects get changed. But one most important thing is why high net worth individuals, influential family, including royal family in the Middle East, choose us as a reliable partner is one of the reason is we are one of the amongst the very few firm in Dubai who understand the civil law, common law, integrating with the tax and legal system, right? When, let's say, any Muslim families, be it citizen or be it not citizen from UAE, when they're investing in UAE or anywhere in the world, their succession is different than the non-Muslim, right? And that is why it is a reason that understanding of the regional law, your family law, and the investment and business, everything is important. So when this royal family are making investment in India, I advise them on various legal regulatory aspects, investments, advisory for structuring, for corporate commercial laws, and so on. So my relationship is being very much cordial, and I'm fortunate that the UAE welcomes with foreigners like me with an open heart and open arm, and give us the space to nurture the talent so that we have a ability to cater to serve to the global from the Dubai. That's what the UAE defines, it's Dubai 8.
So I know that beyond of the entrepreneur role that you have, I know that you are a very well-known speaker, as you have presented in United Nations, in London, UK. So which are the next projects, or when we're going to see you, where you will speak in the next future?
So all this is byproduct of, I say, when my mission that I am carrying, that voice of India's new professional at the global stage. Wherever opportunity comes, I'm always ready to take that. So now, whatever it comes to me, definitely I will be looking forward for it.
I don't know where you live because you seem to travel every day to another country. So how many countries did you visit until now?
I have not uh, counted yet, but I'm sure it might have crossed 35.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And you are a young generation leader, like young generation, because you started from 19 years old as an accountant. And when you meet someone that you said, listen, I'm an accountant and also a lawyer. Like, how is this coming? Like, where is this mix? So why did you make this ambition?
I started as I would say, chartered accountant is in my accountancy is in my blood number, you know. But after a couple of years of practicing, I realized that legal is what when it combines with the number, then everlasting and robust structure that I can give to my client, and that is why I choose the profession of I'm always say I'm accidental lawyer, but I'm a passionate chartered accountant, and that's what makes me going on.
That's amazing. So thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you. And we really are happy to welcome you here for the first visit in Romania at this event, very big, the official visit of the President of India in Romania, Mr. Padi Murmu. I'm sure that it's going to be a very nice event, and I'm sure that you will have the chance to meet a lot of businessmen from Romania and engage more as an Indian company, but not only Indian, as a global legal advisor, what is Watershark now. So thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So if you have seen until now, we have young generation leaders from India that they choose to come in Romania to open a new market, to make businesses here. Indigo Hub is near you and he can help you by promoting your business in Romania. So whenever you are an Indian company or a Romanian company that wants to go abroad, then you have partners where to choose, like legal, tax advisor, wealth protection. The idea is to be informed and to have full access, first of all, to this report, which is signed in January, the India-European Union Trade Agreement. You can download it on watershark.com, and you can find us for more information on KPTV and Cold News. I'm Ina Cristiana, and we see you next time on Indigo Hub.